TK Kirkland show. Yeah. Wait. Hey, don't let them play you. I'm trying to save you. If somebody use your time, make sure they pay you. Pay attention, really listen, I hope you understand. Execute your vision, go and get it, be a man. Save your money, motherfucker, for another day. We got the book and the album on the fucking way. This generation is full of hate. Always worrying what the next man making. They never want to see the next man make it. 2018, let's have a gangster conversation. Like how to treat a woman, take care of your kids. Gotta take responsibility for what you did. I do it to inspire, take your mind a little higher. Like her name on the degree, not her name on a flyer. Yeah, boss moves. We just doing what a boss do. We own now and we off you. It's true. The TK Kirkland show.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the TK Kirkland show, and you know I travel this world, and I always run into very interesting people. And I met this young lady who's doing great things down in Georgia, and she has a book called How to Eat a Banana. And I thought that this is one for the ladies and around the world, and for the men who want to get their women to understand how to eat a banana. And so, Ms. Knox, explain to me and to the fans around the country, what is How to Eat a Banana? What's the book about, how they could find it, and then we'll go on from there.
All right. The book is How to Eat a Banana, The Art of Oral Pleasure.
Okay.
So it's basically an instructional guide teaching women how to properly give a blowjob.
Okay.
It's available on Amazon.com and Kindle.
Okay, cool. Now, what made you come up with something like this? This is interesting. Like, isn't like a natural thing? Here's the thing. I don't know. A lot of women don't know how to get oral pleasure, and that's the term we're using on this show. A lot of women don't know how to get oral pleasure, which I think is interesting. So what is it about your book that demonstrates and to teach them how to get better? Because sometimes when women give oral pleasure, they teeth be grinding on you, and that's painful. Some people don't have the relaxation of the neck muscles or the jaws. So what do you tell people how to get better?
Well, as you know, like with any kind of relationship and with sex, it's a mental thing mostly.
Okay.
So my book teaches women, like, you can't give a good blowjob if you don't like doing it. You can't approach it like a chore, like you're doing him a favor. I teach women that you have to absolutely fall in love with the dick, fall in love with giving head, and be excited and enthused about it, because your excitement is going to, carry over into him, and he's going to be even more excited. Since men are visual creatures, if he sees that you're excited about sucking his dick, then you can almost guarantee that you're going to make him climax. You're not going to worry about your jaw tired, because he's going to enjoy it just as much as you are.
Okay. All right. Now, so you definitely got to fall in love. And so from the instructions, how do you teach women
to fall in love with it?
No.
Well,
no. That's not what I was going to ask you. What I was going to say was, like, when I watch stuff around the world and I hear women talk, they get upset, right, when the man is just laying there and a woman's giving oral pleasure. Like, they are really, yo, can you say something? Can you make a sound? So, at the same time,
thing, if he's not making any sounds, then you're not doing it right.
You know what, let me tell you, I think I'm kind of boring, right? Like, if someone was giving me oral pleasure, it depends on how I really feel. Because sometimes I might be sleepy, and some women get offended that if a man goes to sleep. And ladies, let me tell you something. If you give oral pleasure to a man and he falls asleep, every man in the world will tell you that's a compliment. It doesn't mean that you don't know what you're doing. It means that it's like drinking coffee. It's like taking No-Dose or NyQuil or something like that. It helps the person go to sleep. Do you feel that way?
No one's ever fallen asleep while I was performing. Following it. Yeah,
right.
After it's done, then knocked out, but not during.
Now, how long do you think it should take a man to climax?
Everybody's different, but
right.
I don't think it should take more than 5 or 10 minutes for a man to climax.
All right.
Because it's a process. It's a mental thing, of course, and it's all about getting him aroused first. A lot of women, they pull the pants down, they pull it out, and then they try to get him hard. My approach is foreplay first. Make him anticipate what you're about to give him so that he's already rock hard by the time you pull it out, before you put it in your mouth, before you even put your tongue on it. You want him already standing at attention. And then when you're excited and you're doing it and, you know, lots of saliva, you're enjoying it, so you're moaning and making sounds as well, telling them how much you love having his dick in your mouth or whatever, you know what I'm saying, suits the scene at the time. I tell women to be enthused about it, talk to him. If you talk dirty, if you don't try to make something up because it's going to be awkward if he knows that that's not what you do or whatever, but just go into doing what you do, what you two are comfortable with. So if you don't usually tell him you love having his dick in your mouth, don't try to do it at that moment. After you made him climax or whatever, then you guys have a conversation like, baby, I enjoyed you or whatever. You can ease things in like that. But I tell him to make it as natural as possible. Don't try to fake like you like it. Really love it.
Now, what if a man don't want to hear you talk afterwards? Like, here's the thing, right? Like, I hear what you're saying, but what turns me on, and maybe I'm different than most men, is conversation.
Right.
The conversation, a great conversation and a glass of Louis XIII or some Grand Marnier.
Okay.
It gets me stimulated in my mind because it's nothing like a beautiful woman having a great conversation. And most of the guys who listen to me and follow my show and men who have changed their lives, I wouldn't understand that. Hold on a second, please. Yeah, so that's what happens. And I got all these young men who've been listening to me for 2 years really on a different platform, right? Because we want women to make those type of sounds, right? We want them to be that. But what I'm getting men to discipline themselves, right, is not to get really caught up in the beauty of a woman. Well, you got to have the package. One, yes, you want the woman to be attractive, right? You want her to have substance about herself. Like, she's not someone out here that's kind of struggling. Or even though those type of women give oral pleasure too. But my point is, I'm teaching my young soldiers out here and these young women who listen to me that I want you to get into the man's mind because that will get his penis super hard. Now,
absolutely.
Am I right? Am I correct?
Absolutely. That is correct. And this is not like, the instruction I teach is not for girls to go around sucking random dicks. Like, this is
No.
like
I agree. That's not what it's about. I was just really throwing my 2 cents in because I like where you was going. And I wanted just to let the guys and the women who've been listening to me for years understand how we're moving. Because, now, do you suggest a lot of saliva when giving oral pleasure?
Actually, it really depends on the guy, but usually wetter is better. Some guys don't like the messiness, but most guys do. And I always tell the women, you have to listen to his cues. You have to pay attention. You have to be very attentive and look at his movements, his eye movements, his body movements. If he tense up, you know what I'm saying? You have to be very attentive and pay attention to what he likes.
Okay.
Also, it's like you have to keep a rhythm. It's the same way as if a guy is giving a woman oral pleasure and he's sucking on her clitoris and then he moves to licking her lips or something. He just messed up the whole momentum. And she's lost, you get what I'm saying? She's lost it. So I tell women the same thing. If you're doing something and you see that he's enjoying it, he's moaning or he's relaxed, really relaxed, and you know what I'm saying? He's giving you all the signs that he's enjoying it, then keep doing that.
Well, I believe in being creative. Well, here's my thing. Well, my thing is I like to, not all the time, but it's some funny shit, right? I like to get a person almost to come and then stop and just go kiss the thighs and go down the calf muscles and see their bodies are shaking, then go back to it. You know, now what I know is that women have done over the years, see, I don't like, and I'm sorry I got to put myself in this, but I'm just I'm quite sure a lot of men like that about what I'm about to say. I don't think a woman should go attack the dick like with the hand because it's not a pump. Bitch, we ain't blowing up a tire.
No. Absolutely. You were correct on that. And that technique where you said you get them almost to climax, and then once you get them there, you move and focus on another area of the body. That's the technique we call layering. And it can be really, really fun because if you layer the orgasm like that, they can have a really super strong orgasm.
That's true.
What I suggest is you do that 2-3 times tops, because if you go for a fourth, they're going to lose momentum. They're going to be mad at you. So it's like you got to know how to tease it, how to layer it, and when to just go ahead and bring it in for the kill.
Okay, so now here's the question of the day.
That's an advanced technique. What do you say?
Okay, here's the question of the day. I've ran into women over the years who don't like to swallow. Like one of my friends told me once that she can't swallow because it upsets her stomach. And I thought that was the funniest shit in the world. So what do you do? What can you say to females who don't want to swallow but want to swallow, right? But it'll kind of make them sick. Is there a pill they could take, a juice they could drink?
That's something we cover that in the book as well as the workshop. But what I always tell the women, if you don't like the taste of the semen when he's about to climax, and you know it's like the way he tenses up and his scrotum gets really tight and it draws up near his penis, then you push it as far back in your throat as you can, and then when he climaxes, it's going to just shoot down your throat. Okay. That's one way to keep him swallow. Right. Another is to change his diet up a little bit. If he's eating a lot of fatty, fried food,
that's true,
and things of that nature, it's going to have a foul taste to it. So if you are responsible for his nutrition, a lot of the times if you cook at home, then add a lot of fruits and vegetables in there, clean, healthy eating will give it a better taste.
Well, I heard pineapples over the years that help clear up the bitterness.
I've heard pineapples. I've heard that as well, but I don't have a problem with the taste of semen. I like okra, so it's similar to okra for me.
It's the okra?
Okra.
Okra, okay, that's funny. You from the South? You from the South?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, all right, yeah. I ain't heard okra in a long time. That is so funny.
And then another technique for women who don't like to swallow is if you catch the semen in your mouth and then you slowly let it ooze back out. If you're still going, if you're still sucking on it, you just slowly let it ooze back out while possibly pumping it as well.
Okay, all right, that sounds interesting.
Well, it is.
Now, what about men? I usually laugh. What about men who sometimes they ball sack? Like I heard you say the scrotum tightens up. But what about men with loose balls? Like what men can do to tighten up their balls? Because I think that's interesting. Like I don't have them kind of problems, but I've heard women, because most women think that when men get older, that their balls are just hanging like click-clacks and shit. And I want women to understand that's not always true, even though there's some men like that. But what can you tell a man to tighten up his scrotum in a situation like that?
But I see that's the thing. I think the scrotum or the balls, they're loose at first, and then when it's almost time to climax, they draw up or they tighten up. I don't think there's any ball exercise you can do for that. What my advice?
I think a woman should look at a man's skin. Some men when they get older, their skin is saggy and loose.
Right.
Like ladies, when you meet a nigga and his skin is saggy and loose, 9 times out of 10 his balls is click-clack.
I thought his balls are saggy and loose as well. I would say get in the gym with them. Everything can be toned up. I think their exercise. I've never studied I've never studied any ball exercises or whatever, but I'm sure there's something that can be done. Like a woman with who's had kids or whatever may have a loose vagina, she can practice Kegel exercises to tighten those muscles up. So there may be some type of exercises for men. I've never had that problem, thank God. Right. I'm sure there's something that can be done. So I suggest do a little bit of research to figure out what exercises are available and what else can be done to.
Okay, now I got another question.
Mm-hmm.
How should women approach a man that's not circumcised? Like you love him, you getting ready to have oral sex with him for the first time. You have never had an uncircumcised dick before, ever. You never seen it. And then one day, you're coming from the club, you're hanging out, he pulls his pants down, and you see this. What do you do?
Oh, my God. That actually happened to me one time.
Right.
And because I had never seen an uncircumcised penis, so when I saw
right.
it, I was like, he got a turtleneck, and I made him feel bad. I didn't mean to because I bust out laughing.
Right.
I had never seen it, but then I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm sorry. I was apologizing profusely, and then I was like, I'm sorry. I'm not, because I smelled it, and it didn't smell right either.
Whoa.
And I was like, we're not going to be able to do that, maybe another time or whatever, but we not. I was like, it smelled like pee or something. Like, I don't know, but no, you can't. Because it was going to be a spontaneous thing. Right. It was going to be a spontaneous thing in the car. And I was like, nope, sorry. I fucked up the moment. My bad. I'll take that one, but sorry.
And that's what most women, that's what most women should do, right? They should have that mental mindset that if that's not what you want to do, woman up and know that the mood is done and not force themselves to do something that they truly don't like. Do you agree?
Absolutely. Don't ever force yourself. If you're not in it, you're not in the mood, you're not feeling it, you're not with it, then just say that. Just speak up for yourself and be like, look, I'm sorry. It's not going down like that. Now,
right.
The next time I made sure we were in a hotel, in a room, and we cleaned ourselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you just pull it back. You pull that skin all the way down.
So you did actually have oral sex with the guy eventually?
Eventually, yeah. We dated for a year. We dated for about a year.
Okay, so you was able to deal with it.
I was, but it was just
okay.
that first time I wasn't, and then I had to show him. I was like, hey, you got to pull this thing back and clean around this and make sure it smells right.
Yeah, that's
and
so
you know what?
nasty.
Never again after that time did it ever have a smell, ever.
Okay.
I guess
How about you
it
thought
that
of something?
embarrassing moment. I guess it took that embarrassing moment for him to make sure every time he was going to see me, he made sure that thing was A1.
Wow, that is crazy. That is crazy. So now, how long did it take you to write your book?
It took me probably about 7 or 8 months.
Okay,
I was doing a lot of research because I wanted to make sure it wasn't just my opinion.
Yeah.
And so I got opinions from guys. I'm like, hey, does this actually work when we do this? Do you know what I'm saying? Actually, I got opinions from several guys that I know. So just ask questions, people I work with, and, you know what I'm saying, friends and family and people that I thought would give me honest answers to my questions.
Okay. All right. Because I find that because this is the reason why I wanted you to put you on the show, because I think I wanted to end the year off with something phenomenal going into the new year, because it's amazing how there's a lot of women to this day that still don't know how to give oral pleasure. Now, I'm not saying perfectly, but know how to do it just right.
Right. And that was the response I got from a lot of the guys. I was like, just be honest with me. Does your wife, does your girlfriend give you head? And most of the time they were like, no. And I was like, do you tell her? He was like, no. I was like, why? He's like, because she might stop doing it.
Right.
It's like, don't you want to instruct her in the right way? Be like, I don't want to offend her. And then she, you know what I'm saying, feels some kind of way. So I just accept what she gives. And I was like, that's like a woman faking an orgasm with a guy, and he's going to think that he's doing something, and she's going to be forever unsatisfied.
Well, yeah, I agree.
I think that people should be, you know what I'm saying, truthful and honest in what they, you know what I'm saying, what they like, what they want, what pleases them, and what doesn't please them. If you're with a partner and you can't be open and honest and expressive, then what the hell are you doing it for?
Right. Because even in my stand-up, I always try to tell people, what's the purpose of getting together if you can't be nasty? If you can't, you're supposed to be nasty when you having sex with each other. I mean, not too nasty to the point, but there's some things that people just do that sometimes I find crazy. But I think a man's job is to be a woman's concierge. And I think that if you can meet a woman who matches that energy, it's awesome.
Right.
Because I was watching the thing the other day about Cardi B. I posted on my Instagram about what good pussy is, right?
Right.
And she's talking about niggas not gonna, because my pussy is like fat bitch's pussy, my pussy warm. And I thought it was funny, but I had to say something. I love Miss Cardi B. But what I wanted women to understand was good pussy is when you give a nigga a peace of mind.
Right.
Good pussy is when either you're an asset to the relationship, not a liability. That's
right.
what good pussy is, you know? And oral sex, ladies, is the same. If you're giving a man mental peace, then a nigga will love you. Because men want to feel at peace as well. Even though most men, we bring a lot of problems on ourselves in relationships, you know,
right.
because we got this thing called the Mac muscle, right? A man could be in a relationship, but a Mac muscle is basically, even though you love your girl, every now and then you want to test your skills. You text a bitch and have a conversation with her. It's not that you mean any harm. It's just that you're doing it, and sometimes, even though the guy's not cheating, he could be texting, he could be getting pussy pictures from a girl or whatever, but you got a female who will check a nigga's phone, right?
Right.
And now she can't trust him because she's like, oh, you fucking this bitch or all these bitches, and a nigga like, bitch, I'm never going to see them hoes. But you can't explain that to a female once she violates the phone. Now, a female will say, you're a cheater. A nigga will say, bitch, you shouldn't answer my phone. I say, we both are wrong. Bitch, I was wrong because I was testing my Mac muscles and seeing if I still got it, because every now and then, you know, I've been like that my whole life when I fell in love with you. But every now and then, I really like talking to different bitches, even though I ain't going to see them. The female is right because she's like, well, you shouldn't have been checking them bitches anyway. But the disease about checking a person's phone, and I want people to hear what I'm about to say, once you check your mate's phone, that person will start checking your phone eventually. And it's a back and forth thing to the point that, am I right?
Yeah, but I think that stems in insecurity. I think in relationships, just because you're in a relationship with somebody doesn't mean you want to give up your privacy. It could be a private conversation that you've had with your sisters or your best friends about what they're going through. You know what I'm saying? If their lives, something that you don't necessarily want to share with them, private information that they don't want to get out, that you're holding in confidence, not necessarily that you're cheating or getting pictures or anything. I think that's a violation of privacy. Now, if you guys sit down and have a conversation and you're like, here's my phone, I don't care if you go through it or whatever, that's a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have to sneak and do something, then you know you're wrong. Right?
Okay, I respect that.
You're sneaking to do it.
Right.
If you have something that you want to ask your mate or you want to go through it, then if you can't sit there and say, hey, let me see your phone. Let me go through your phone right now, and they are comfortable with giving it to you, then you shouldn't do it. I think that stems in insecurity. If a person
so you're saying they shouldn't give you the phone?
I'm saying it's a decision that each couple has to make on their own.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't go through phones. I'm like, you're going to get what you're looking for. If you look, like, I think our thoughts create our reality. So if you think you're fucking with a cheater, then you're fucking with a cheater because the universe has to deliver what you believe. So if you think all men ain't shit, then the only kind of men you're going to attract are niggas that ain't shit because that's what you believe. You know what I'm saying? But if you think you deserve to be treated like a goddess, if you think you deserve nice things, you think that men should, you know what I'm saying, treat you a certain way, then you're going to attract men that want to do those things because that's what you believe you deserve. So in this world, we don't get what we want. We get what we believe we deserve. We get what we expect. But if you expect everything to go wrong, then guess what? It's going to go wrong.
Yes, ma'am.
But I look for the best. I expect the best. You know what I'm saying? They always wish for the best, but prepare for the worst. I'm like, if you're preparing for the worst, but you know what I'm saying, then you're kind of expecting the worst to happen. I'm like, okay, acknowledge that something bad could happen or the worst could happen, but always expect the best out of life. Expect the very best. And that's what your life will bring you.
I like that, Mrs. I like that, Miss Knox. That's very good. Now I'm going to take a commercial break real quick and give a shout out to my sponsor, Miss Cheryl Anderson, all right, who handles credit repair. And what I try to tell people going into 2019, I'm telling people how they got to get their credit restoration together because I want people to have financial freedom. And no matter what you do or a pleasure, checking a motherfucker's phone or whatever, I want to make sure your fucking credit is good. Because a lot of you guys are living with women and your name is not on the lease because your credit is fucked up. A lot of y'all got phones in your kids' names because your credit is fucked up. A lot of y'all got cars in your family members' names because your credit is fucked up. It's time for everybody to grow the fuck up. So I want y'all to check out Miss Cheryl Anderson. All right. Let me give you guys the website. It's give me a second. Let me get this information because I need you guys to have this. And you can go to her website at www.cherylanderson.net or www.myfes.net, net/S Anderson11, or just go to the my official website, officialtkkirkland.com, and hit credit, and it'll take you straight to her. And let me plug my show real quick too. January 4th, I'm gonna be in Buffalo, New York. We want to make sure that everybody comes through and gets their tickets on the show, and let me pull it up. I work so much, I don't even know what clubs I'm going to be at. But give me a second, and we get this for you, and then we'll go back and resume the beautiful show that I'm having with Miss Knox, because I think this is just an awesome show to teach people and to get people right. Now, where is it at? Okay, it's the TK Kirkland Show at the Buffalo Ironworks, 49 Illinois Street in Buffalo, New York. Call area code 716-563-1525 to get your tickets and make your reservations for one of the hottest underground comedians in the country. And to the people who listen to this show as well, make sure you tell everybody to follow me on Instagram at TK_Kirkland. All right, Ms. Knox, let's get back to what we talked about. So I really like where your mind is at, Ms. Knox, and that's what drew me. This is what drew me to you when we started talking at the radio station. And right. I just felt that you were just a phenomenal woman who was just doing great things. And we'll talk about your other thing that you got going on throughout the year 2019 to let people know what you got going on. I just want to focus on how to eat a banana today, because I think this is perfect. First, this comes out tomorrow, Monday, and we want people to listen to it. So people going into the new year, tomorrow night, a lot of people are going to be getting oral pleasure around the country because of your show. You might have saved a lot of marriages, side bitches, all kind of shit with this information. And this is so good. Now, have you ever thought of it? You can't do video. That would be too porno, correct? Like to have a porn or a video of showing people what to do?
Well, some women, they ask for it because I conduct a workshop as well on the last Saturday each month. So a lot of
and tell them where that's at.
The workshop, we do that at the Uptown Lounge here in Atlanta, Georgia, and it's the last Saturday of each month, and tickets can be purchased on Eventbrite. Just go to Eventbrite and type in how to eat a banana, and the event will pop up for whatever month you're selecting.
Right.
But, yeah, at the workshop, they do ask me for a video. They're like, have you ever thought about doing a video? Because I teach them a lot of different techniques, and a lot of women are interested in deep throat, and they're like, how do you get past your gag reflex? And I show them with the dildos that we provide at the workshop,
right?
And I make it disappear. But when they try to do it, they're like, I can't get it to go down that far. So something you have to practice. You have to practice getting past that part, getting past that gag reflex, and it only comes with trying it.
Now, let me ask you a question. Have you thought about hiring models to do that? Because if you're paying, hiring out, I would volunteer. Like, you wouldn't have to pay me. You could volunteer me and put me on video, but you just could only show my navel down and my knees and my thighs.
You know what? Every other man that I tell them, they're like, "Do you need volunteers? Do you need somebody to do it?"
Miss Knox, no disrespect, yeah. Right? When I talk about me, I don't want to bring other people in on a conference call.
Oh my God.
I need to focus on myself, darling. Thank you, darling.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm talking about me.
Thank you so much for the offer, Mr. Kirkland. We do not need any male volunteers.
Okay, I just wanted to know. I'm a volunteer, because I really like helping my fans, And if anything I could do to help the women, anything I could do to help the women out here in the universe, and say, you know what, that was really nice that TK volunteered his balls and penis for this young lady to videotape. Oh, that would be awesome. Because I'm really trying to go for a Nobel Peace Prize. And this right here would send me right over the top.
You think so? Well, I think it would be benefit a lot of people with the instructions. I do think, but I think that might be a little much.
Okay, all right.
Borderline on porn.
But listen, just in case you driving one day. And you hear one of my jokes on the shows, on the radio shows and stuff. It's like, I can use him. Hey, TK, what are you doing? Are you in the area? I'll be there immediately.
You silly. Oh, but you know what? Actually, for the workshop, sometimes we do have a panel of guys.
Okay.
At the end of the workshop for the last 30 minutes. And the women, after they've had the instruction and we've gone through our Q&A and everything, they get to ask the guys the question. And we do, like, a contest. I give away, like, VIP bags and, things of that nature.
Oh, that is
and
cool.
We'll have a contest where the women will demonstrate and the men will judge and see who's learned the most during the workshop.
Okay. That is really awesome. I like that.
They can ask the men questions, like if everything that I've taught them is, if it actually works or if it's actually true, and get a guy's opinion, not just another woman.
Okay, all right, I like that. Now, do you have a handsome men there? You don't have no bum type dudes?
No bums allowed. The only men we invite are prominent men who are prominent in their field,
right?
Top of their game, men that women would want to date. No,
there you go.
Don't nobody care about no bum, penis, and what he likes.
That's right.
These are high-quality men who have a pick, you know what I'm saying? They can have the cream of the crop. They can have their pick of women. So we ask those types of men those questions. We don't play with.
Now, is it possible that men in the Georgia area who want to volunteer to be at the Q&A at the end of the show, can they send you pictures of who they are and their information to your website, or how could they reach you so they could send pictures in to be a part of this showcase? What is it? Showcase. What's the thing? What's the word that we have at the end of the month that you do? Is it a showcase?
It's a workshop.
That's the word. The workshop. Can they send pictures in to be a model for your Q&A for your workshop?
They can reach out to me on Instagram, or they can send something by email.
Okay.
My email is mouthtastic@deliver.com.
Spell it out.
It's
and talk slowly. Talk slowly, please.
Okay. It is MOUTHTASTIC, mouthtastic @deliver. DELIVHER.com.
Okay, and can you do it one more time? Just one more time.
Okay. Mouthtastic @deliver.com, and mouthtastic is spelled MOUTHTASTIC @deliver.com. Deliver. It's DELIVHER. like special delivery just for her. So it's like delivered with an egg in it.
Okay, cool. So that way, because that could be it too, because we always talk about men are visual. I think women are too. Do you agree?
We are to a certain extent, but we're more mentally and emotionally stimulated. So I don't necessarily get off, like, if you sent me a pic of your penis, I may not necessarily enjoy that.
No, now here's the thing. I'll make sure I correct something. I don't want men sending you penis pictures. I want men to send headshots.
Not.
Okay, cool. Okay. I just want to make sure I clear that up. I don't want men, you hear me? That's not what we do. That's not what we do.
No.
We send her.
Guys, if you send me a penis pic, you're going to get blocked.
Okay, cool. That's what's up, babe. That's what's up. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
You know, that is really. And then how long is the book?
The book is 68 pages. It was 69.
Easy read.
It's a short read, and it's basic knowledge, straight to the point, no fluff. It gives scenarios of when is a good time to give it, how to give it, different tips and techniques, how to get into the mental mode of becoming an oral sex goddess, just feeling yourself, being confident with it, how to approach it, how to hold it, pressure.
I wish you to interview me for the book, because I got a technique that I make every man fall in love. You ready?
Okay, yeah, what is that?
Ladies, if you ever go out with your girlfriends and your man is at home, and you come in, so I'm hanging out with your girls and you're having a good time, you had some drinks, come in the house, take a shower, get in the bed, suck his dick real good, and get a hot towel, wipe his dick down very gently, keep the hot towel on it and wrap it around like a bun on a hot dog, and just wrap it and turn that nigga over and let him go sleep. Or suck his dick and leave his dick in your mouth all night so you wake up in the morning. Just don't have a dream and bite down on his penis. A nigga stab and kill you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the TK Kirkland Show. You make sure that you listen to Miss Knox. You get the book to the people in the Atlanta and Georgia area, people around the world who might visit Georgia in the near future. Make your reservations for her workshop. She is an awesome, awesome, awesome woman, and I just love this young lady. So, Mrs. Knox, can you one more time give the information to your workshop, and so we can tell the people how to get there and make it happen, because we want the best for the world, we want the best for you, and I want the best for everybody. So one more time.
Absolutely. Okay, so the workshop, you can find more information for the workshop on Eventbrite. Just go to Eventbrite and type in how to eat a banana. You can purchase the book, the instructional manual, on Amazon.com. It's also available on Kindle. You can also follow me on Instagram. It's Goddess Good Biz. That's ISSGODDESSGOODBIH.
Great.
All the information pertaining to the book and the workshop is posted on my Instagram on a frequent basis.
To everybody around the world, from Japan to Compton, California, you know, we've been doing this for 2 years, and I truly appreciate you. We have grown together. We have completed another year. I'm going to give a shout-out to Charlamagne the God, executive producer of the show. We want to show mad love to Angela Yee, my man DJ Envy, to all my friends and musicians around the world. I want to thank you for making Gangsta Conversation the #2 album in the country over the last 2 months, since October 2nd on Billboard, and #1 on iTunes. And if you haven't gotten it, make sure you go. It's streaming now on all platforms, Apple Music, on Spotify, etc. Or just go to my website, the official TK Kirkland Show, and get your album. And matter of fact, while you're there, get all my shit. You got Gangsta Conversation. You got Who Raised You. You got Are There Any Questions? And I thank the people over the last few years to understand that I'm glad that you guys realize that I'm probably one of the funniest comedians in the game, and I truly appreciate you. May you go into 2019 living your life to the fullest, having a plan together, make sure that you accomplish something. Remember what I always told you. If your life doesn't get better as you're getting older, it's something that you're doing wrong. This is the TK Kirkland Show. May God bless you, and may your pain be champagne. Ms. Knox, thank you so much, and may God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome, young lady. God bless.
Make sure you follow TK Kirkland on Instagram at TK_Kirkland for more information about upcoming events and more. Visit www.officialtkkirkland.com.
This episode of the TK Kirkland Show was produced by Chris Thomas, executively produced by Charlemagne the God. This is an official Loudspeakers Network production. Speakers Network production. Speakers Network production. Speakers Network production. Speakers Network production.